Smurfy greetings, YouTubers. It is I, Hell Gear. Welcome back to Smurfs Village. So, we have Halloween themed stuff up. And yes, Hydra Water Slide. That is some wild mess. That is some super wild mess. Especially Chef Hogatha. What can she even make? What does she even make? Hagatha is cooking up something vile with her secret ingredients of jealousy, resentment, and a dash of cinnamon sugar. Well, it looks blue, so we know what that's about. Anywho, we got Ghost Smurfs. Ghost Smurfs hut? Oh, gee. So let's take a look at the creature features here. Where is Ghost Smurf's hut? Because all of this requires Ghost Smurf's hut. Is that Don Smurfo? No, it's Zorro. Okay. Ah, fine. We'll do it this way. See, there's Phantom Smurf, but we're not here for Phantom Smurf. We're here for Ghost Smurf. Okay. One Monster Smurf, another Monster Smurf, Bride of Franken Smurf. That's funny. The other Monster Smurf, as I said, let's see. Sugar Smurf, because of the sugar skull of the Calaveras. Where is the new Monster Smurf's hut? Party Smurf's hut. Twinkle Smurf's hut. Jacko Smurf's hut. I need to put that down. Ghost Smurf is not here. All right. Let's go to a different part of the map, shall we? All right. Well, clearly I was in the wrong area because this is a mountain update. Place Ghost Smurf's hut to unlock exclusive Halloween items like Elixir Smurf, the Cyclops costume, and the Valiant Knight. Well, all right. Now that we know that this is a mountain update, pumpkin vampire costume. Jokey's infamous pumpkin vampire. Ugh. Well, I got Smurfberries to collect, but I think I will get them a little bit later. Let me find somewhere to put this hut. Trying to put the carnival, like have every layer with something different on it. You know, not just cram everything else, like how this one has the garden. And as you can see, I've rearranged the garden. I got to rearrange it a little bit better. Like, I need more vertical space in the mountain. And I think I'm going to address that. Like, give me some more vertical space. Where am I going to put your hut? You know what? I'll put it here then. There we go. And the actual ghost Smurf right there. Now, here's our elixirist Smurf. Kind of looks like alchemist Smurf, actually. Um, yeah, it does look like alchemist Smurf. So we got the Cyclops costume, the Valiant Knight, Griffin statue wonder. That is wild. Help your Smurfs build the Griffin statue wonder. 3 stages will show the construction of a magnificent griffin. Awards a Smurfberry every week when fully constructed. You know what? I just remembered this. Where are the schools? They're on this layer. I should have put the Ghost Smurf hut right here behind the You know what? It's fine where it is. I'll just put the Griffin Wonder right here. We'll name him Peter. Yeah. All right. Now that that's down, let's take a look at some other stuff. The Smurf Apprentice. Wasn't that a name of an episode from the old 1980s Hanna-Barbera cartoon? I gotta look that up. This Smurf is trying to be helpful, but he's messing around with Papa's potions without his supervision. Well, if I've learned anything from Smurf's Magic Match, when Clumsy does the same thing, it never ends up well. The misfortunate fellow. Every year, all the bad luck in the village is cast upon the misfortunate pharaoh and burnt away in the flames with him. You know what? I like that. They actually have a totem that takes all the misfortune from the village, and then they burn it to get rid of it. That is that is some very cool lore when you think about it. You know, you have you have a cursed village with misfortune, and then every year you make a misfortunate fellow totem, and then you burn it after he's collected the whole town or the whole village's cursed misfortune. That just sounds cool. Honestly, that just sounds cool. Pink bubbling spell pot. Adder's fork and blindworm's sting, lizard's legs and howlet's wing. For a powerful charm, trouble, like a hell broth boil and bubble. Ah, like a hell broth boil and bubble. I like that. See, if I made some soup, I would call it hell broth. You think it would sell? Then again, I'd have to make a couple of them. Let's see. Minestrone is good. Chicken and gnocchi soup. Potato soup. Not chowder, but tater soup. You know, because everybody's interpretation of chowder is different. Some people like the white chowder wizard's death. Yeah, I could put this with the Smurfy's Magic School, actually. Put that there. And then the potions. Yeah, bringing back the old potion seller meme. Sell me your strongest potions. Oh wait, we have to do it in Smurf. Where is Elixirous Smurf? This actually, who's cheaper? You are. Okay. We'll put Elixirous Smurf right here. Hey, Elixirous Smurf. Smurf me your most powerful potions. You can't smurf my most powerful potions. Hey, Elixirous Smurf. Smurf me your most invigorating elixir and tincture. You can't smurf my most invigorating elixir and tincture. Ah, the joke never gets old. Hey, you threw it right through Brainy's mouth, but didn't hit the other Smurf who walked right behind. Good for you. All right, we got to grow some crops now. Why? Because mountain Smurfs be hungry. There we go. And grow a couple of bell peppers. The saddest part is garden life, like garden life on the mountain at base, is kind of bad. You know, it's kind of bad. Then again, what really can you grow on the mountain? like what can you really grow on the mountain? Like mountain nomads are some of the bravest people. Like they barely eat nothing but potatoes, man. Like what's that game on Steam RimWorld where they plant potatoes? That's some of the wildest stuff ever. All right, Camper Smurf, let's get some Stardust, my dude. It's unfortunate that the camera will never turn for this. So everybody watching me play this is like, why is it sideways? We'll keep that Stardust. Alrighty then. Now let's do another game. Alrighty then. You know what? We will go into the large treasure cave today. Oh, I missed the ring there. But yeah, got those rings though. Missed that crown. Got this crown. Got that ring. Got that ring. Got that crown. And that crown. Missed that crown though. But I got those crowns. Beautiful. Oh, that sucked. Well, at least I got one of those. All right, 151. That's great. That's actually some good stuff there. Decent loot. Decent loot. I'm going to figure out how to work a lot of the mountain village. And once I do, I think it'll be a bit better for me. But for the time being, just I'm just not into it for this particular village. You know, there's just way too many wonders for this village. We'll do that. Work on King Smurf's castle a little bit more. Like getting all the stuff required for his castle is going to be a wild but hot mess. The Smurfy round table, the old tower, the actual castle itself. There's going to be some wild pieces. Really wild pieces. Hopefully, when it all comes together, it'll be some of the craziest stuff, and I won't have to deal with it for too much longer. You know, have you ever noticed that now wonders are taking 3 stages instead of 5? You've probably noticed this. You probably noticed this, that the wonders are taking 3 stages now instead of 5. And frankly, that's a good thing. You know, nobody wants to keep going through and burning out resources to get through these wonders. Yes, LTEs do exist, and LTEs are great at getting all of these wonderful resources. I'm not going to lie, they are. But there will come that time where you just begin thinking, why do I have to? Hey, the knights come in. There will come that time where you will begin thinking, you know what? Stacking all the stardust needed for these resources is going to have its fill. That's right, I said it. Stacking the stardust required for these resources is going to have its fill because that's the one resource that is the hardest to accrue. Everyone knows this. By the way, because it is October, nights on here are becoming nighttime a lot earlier. It's a sign that we're getting ready to fall back 1 hour. That's the sign. We're getting ready to fall back an hour. Are you guys actually ready to fall back an hour? I asked this to everybody on the West Coast because the East Coast doesn't do this shit. Like they don't fall back or spring forward. They just stay at one constant time. Everyone past the Rocky Mountains in Mountain Standard Time, like in Arizona and all that, in the United States of America, they don't fall back an hour. None of them fall back an hour. They just stay on the same time all the time, every time. And a lot of people are thinking about getting rid of this construct, right? Getting like where we stop springing forward and falling back in the year for daylight savings and daylight standard time. Just be in daylight standard time all the time. You know, personally, that would be nice, but we're so used to springing forward and falling back. Also, what day is it on the calendar? Okay, that holiday passed for Canada. Like Canada already had Thanksgiving. They had their Thanksgiving already. So like Grim, the man Grim again, he's already had his Thanksgiving. He's already eaten his bird. He's looking forward to Boxing Day. Boxing Day? Who's who's gonna be in the fight? Psh. Yeah, the young and ignorant kids, they always make that joke. No, Boxing Day is what they call Christmas in Canada. I know this, and I'm a Kwanzaa guy. You know. And let's see what other holidays, what other things that we had. We had Yom Kippur, and of course we had Rosh Hashanah. New Year's, man. The first New Year's, Rosh Hashanah. Like some people think that Rosh Hashanah is the last New Year's, but nah, that's the first New Year's, man. It's the first New Year's. You know, and it's some interesting stuff. Like I went to the Jewish food fair because we had it this past weekend, right? And when I'm walking up to it, because it's in the same place as the Gamers Expo, which is going to be the weekend before Christmas, I'm walking in. I'm like, okay, so where do you pay? And the lady is like, well, it's free to get in. If you pay for things, it's because you've bought something at like the tables or the food. And they were selling wine there too. It's like, ooh, do I want to get a $9 bottle of wine? Nah. Right. So they had the eatery where they're selling two pickles for $6, right? And I'm like, why are they selling two pickles for $6? And before I leave, I get the pastrami food box. And inside the pastrami food box is the pickle. 6 inches long, 3-inch girth, and kosher dill. Yeah, you get a big pickle. An actually big pickle. Like, look, if there's one thing when it comes to selling pickles, it's you got to go into the pickle barrel and get the tongs and reach deep down into the barrel to get the pickle, right? And you don't want no little pickle, but they give you the nice big pickle. And the Jewish lady that gave me this was so happy. I'm like, man, the joys of a properly sized pickle. When you get a big pickle, man, the joys of a big pickle are just fascinating, right? Nobody wants a little pickle, okay? Especially especially dudes. Like dudes, we can't have a little ass pickle. We need the big pickle. All right? We need the big, long, girthy pickle. Why? Because small pickles are not satisfying. That's why. They will never be satisfying. Everyone wants the big pickle. The bigger the pickle, the more satisfying it is to enjoy. And some people even savor a big pickle longer than a little one. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you all next time.